Smile.
That scared me.
Hey, we're back. It's been a few days. We had a mild snow patch, you know, lots of wildness. Still dealing with COVID-19 though. Still hiding out inside of our house, but beautiful day out today. Time to get the bird feeder up. Hey, 402 Outdoors. Anybody out there suffering, being inside, hiding from COVID, right, or coronavirus, or whatever you want to call it. Just hanging out with my daughter today. It's Saturday, and we decided, you know, she had a bird feeder they did at school out of a milk carton. The birds were terrified to get in it and eat. But she was really hoping to look forward to seeing birds feed on something. So, you know what? I said, I remember days back in the days way back, you know, the dinosaurs are around. And my grandpa and me actually built some bird houses and built a bird feeder for his yard. I'm like, you know what? I can do this. We can do this together. Our basic template. Now this is not the whole thing. This is the sides. We will make 2 of these to go on the edges, and we'll demonstrate how we put this together. And then we'll make 2 roof panels. You'll see I have some measurements written on here. 2 with 6 by 4. That's the size of our roof panels. So 6 inch by 4 inch side on each. And then 6 by 6 is our base level. We'll make 2 6 by 6 pieces, and then we'll cut the square out of the inside of the second one. So you're gonna see some of that. We'll see how my editing skills are. Get you as much as possible so you maybe know how to do something like this with your kids. It doesn't have to be the exact same, but your kids will enjoy it in the end. Abby's gonna do some fantastic painting on it, make it look good. She's gonna learn how to use some power tools today, so this should be exciting. If editing stops, red stuff shooting everywhere, she probably cut off a finger. Don't worry, I heard you can't catch COVID from a cut off finger. We'll just throw some super glue on that thing, it'll be fine. Alright, and then lastly, sorry, we're just gonna do this out of just some 1/2 inch plywood. This plywood's actually some leftovers when I did some boat seats, so it is brown treat, a little better for being outside. But more importantly, it was leftover. It's sitting around. We got no other use for it. I did some boat seats. I got all my boat seats redone, and hey, why not? Come join us. We're gonna have some fun here, and we'll talk here after a bit when we get a little bit more done. It's gonna be close to being able to do all this out of this one sheet. That'd be pretty cool. Then you can make a birdhouse or something out of the other one. We stay stuck inside, right? We'll have a whole family of birds living, eating. Might make them a bath out of something, you know. We'll get some cement, pour them a bird bath. Our neighbors will be like, man, these people really like birds. And I'll be like, hey, you know what I really like? Not being bored inside the house. You give me a chance to get outside or do something for outside, that's where I want to be. So, hopefully you guys can see. We have a couple pieces here, 4 by 6, that are going to be our roof. We got our 2 6 by 6 pieces, which are actually going to be the base. And then we have our angle pieces. And I'll show you when we do this, we're going to actually have some glass inserts or some plastic inserts that go in on the sides of these. And they're a little bit sloped, so the bird feed actually goes down to the bottom. But we'll show you how we do that when we assemble it all. But now, what we're going to do is we're going to cut out all these pieces. So we'll probably fast forward through a lot of this, unless there's some blood. Then we'll stop and show you because it'll be exciting. But otherwise, keep an eye out. You're doing great. Yep. Yep. But we now have 2 roof panels. And best part, look at that. Same size, right? So now this will create the top of our roof. Alright, we'll have to do a little trimming. I'll cut angles on these so they fit together a little bit. But this will be a fantastic little roof. We'll be ready to go with the next pieces. I also apparently made like a swan. No? So a couple pieces that I don't think we'll have video for you of, I'm going to show you, is my daughter Abby here made this cute little picture frame for her face. Also known as the ledge to go around where the bird feed will actually come in and sit, which is right here on the bottom. The other thing she did is she went ahead and drilled holes in the base to allow water to drain out, so that way water doesn't sit in there if we do catch some rain. We did make our roof big enough that hopefully it covers most of it, but might get a little water down in there. We want to make sure it doesn't sit there and mold up the bird food, things like that, get it all clumped up. So made sure the holes are small enough that the bird food isn't going to necessarily clog them up or get stuck, but at the same time, you know, let some water drain out. So we did those with a 1/8 inch bit. So, all right, so gonna show you just a real quick example kind of what we're gonna do here. So this is the base to our bird feeder. Here is our ring that goes around it, keeps the bird food on the inside, gives the birds a spot to land. All right. Here are our sides to our bird feeder. They will come in here about like this, right? And they will sit. Now you'll go, well, what's gonna go in the middle? We're going to show you that in a bit. We got a plastic container we're going to take some pieces out of, and we're going to cut some slots into these so we can drop those down in. And then we have our roof. Our two pieces, I still need to angle cut these, but we'll mount that on top, and we will have a beautiful little bird feeder here. As you can see, that'll work pretty darn nice. Now none of it's screwed together yet. We're going to hinge the top so that way we can real quickly open it, refill it at any point in time. I'm going to use a real heavy duty hinge, but more importantly, I'm going to use stuff we got left over around the house. Why not? So this is a project we're doing at home while we're stuck on coronavirus hideout. I guess we better screw it together, huh? Stick with us. Alright, so Abigail went and got me a Sharpie here. Use that, right? So what we need to do is we're going to measure our 7.5 inches on here, okay? But again, I'm feeling kind of adventurous in this whole process. I'll be honest, guys. I've seen some bird feeders similar to this. I'm sure you could find some plans online. I did some fun architectural drafting classes and things when I was in school. And I really enjoy this stuff, and I really enjoy kind of the experiment of life. You know, when our parents, grandparents, things like that were growing up, a lot of times they didn't have some book that told them how to do it, or you know, even people sometimes around. They just had to figure it out. So, good option for us is, well, let's learn to see if we can figure it out, right? So now's where we're going to get interesting. I'm going to cut some plastic. This might smell a little funny. Who knows what it's going to do? You guys are watching the first time with us. You make sure to watch your eyes. I don't know which way I'm flinging dust here. Alright guys, we're going to go get some more tools. Like I said, we're learning on the fly. We'll be back. We got some new toys. The Dremel, obviously, it was working, but it takes a little longer than I thought, and what really actually bothered me was it's kind of melting. It's creating a little bit of a ridge here if you look. You can see that ridge forming. And so what I'd like to do, actually, a couple things I brought up. One, you know, just like you do with plexiglass, straight razors can work. That's a little sketchy. You're cutting towards yourself a lot, lots of times through, and it's thick. So one method I'm going to try first, brought a couple different blades with, but I have just a handheld hacksaw. And if I can get one spot through that's decent enough, I can then go through that pretty easy, I think, and cut the rest of it. So I'm going to give that a try first. So a little bit more Dremel, and then we'll be on to that. And welcome back to Craziness with Corey and Abby. So our container took a lot of effort with the Dremel, a lot of effort with the hacksaw, with the blade. Tell you what we ended up doing, we cheated. We went downstairs and I used the Dremel to cut a slit, and then use the metal blade in the jigsaw or the skill saw to go ahead and finish the cuts. Turned out pretty decent. Now we're just cleaning up the edges a little bit because they get a little rough, they get a little melted when you run them through something like that. If you got a plastic bit or plastic saw blade, probably be a little bit better, but you know what? For what we're doing, like I said, we're trying to have fun, learning to do something, and more importantly, doing it with stuff we have at home, because we're Corona. We're staying in. So keep watching. Hope you enjoy. I don't know. Seems to fit in there, don't it?
Yeah.
Huh. I can cut it a little deeper still, but we don't need it a whole lot deeper because. Yep. You just have two of them slide between. You like it?
Yeah.
Alright.
And you can fill it up to like.
Hey, you can fill it way up, yeah, but you can see your lines.
Yeah. That's cool.
Alright guys, it seems to be working. It's not perfection, but it's perfect enough for us, I think.
And we can saw it down if we want.
Give that one try. Now, before all of you come and tell us how we're using all the wrong tools and you know, we did it wrong, we should have used this router and a bandsaw, and I agree. And honestly, I have some of that stuff. Some of it's not here, some of it's at other houses. We're working on some stuff. Some of it's loaned out to people, but in the end, again, it's coronavirus time. We're staying inside, so we're gonna use what we have. We're gonna make it work. That's what my grandpa would have done. You know what? If we needed something cut and we didn't have something else, we'd use a chainsaw to do this. And you talk about sketchy, man. Try to carve a groove into a piece of wood with a chainsaw. Hey, can you get down there and watch this real close? That's the type of things they say. So, you know, appreciate that we're doing it as safely as we can, and we're going to keep having some fun with it. So I'll put this extra piece of wood under here, Mom, so I don't drill through this table. If anybody knows, I talk to my mom a lot. She likes to watch my videos, and she would not be thrilled with me if I did certain things like drill into my own table. Feels like it's through. We'll check. It is. It is. Leave that. All right. We'll move on to the next hole. Now, I pre-drilled these because in the end, this is the plywood. It's already likely to split a little bit. Less drilling through it, the better, or less screwing through it, the better. Next thing I have is I have a whole lot of random screws. All sorts of different random sizes, probably random different heads on them. I can go out and buy stuff, or I can dig through what I have and see if I have enough to make it work. So I'm going to check my depth. That one would just barely stick through. That probably is not going to hold anything, right? So we need to go a little bit longer. So I do have these real thin screws here, which look at that. Think that'll hold? That one's decent, but do you see how wide it is? What do you think is going to happen if you screw something that wide into these? Exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bunch of these little thin ones here, and we're going to pre-thread those in a little bit. Okay. Alright, you're letting it move a little.
Yeah.
It's alright. Let me see it.
Didn't move too much?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, that one definitely tried to split. I heard it, but it didn't make it. Oh, that's pretty. See how these are going right down in here though? I might tap them down in there a little gently, you know, but just give them a slide through. Oh, I got caught. I got a little cattywampus. Sometimes that happens. There we go. Boom. In. Need help? There you go. You're all right. Let me help you out just a bit. Yep.
Is this gonna fit over that? Yeah.
Yep. So, should we show them what it looks like up close? Alright. Give everybody an idea of what we've done so far. As you can see, it's got a ridge around the sides. Plastics inserts. Now show them what it looks like if you put half a roof on so they can see what that'll look like. So there's half the roof that'll provide the coverage for them. And we'll be good to go. Like I said, I'm gonna trim those boards so they sit flat together, and we're gonna screw those on and put a hinge in the middle so one side opens easy, And other than that, guys, we are close to really close to done. And it's gonna be exciting stuff seeing this go outside after we get it all painted up. Abby's gonna have some fun painting it, making it pretty for him, and excited to see it go out. And her mom will definitely be jealous that she has a milk carton and we have this. There we go. You gonna let it go?
Cool.
That ain't going nowhere, huh? I will. Over tighten these, they can stick up a little. I'd rather you paint it over them, you know. And over tighten them. Now, where's our other roof piece? There we are, another 45-degree angle right there. Just hinges upside down. And we'll hinge that just like that. And boom.
And you just fill it with birdseed.
Yep. Now, don't need that no more, huh?
You have to send your name.
Alright, I will do so. Give me just a second here. Clean up all the goodies.
Can I use this piece of paper?
Huh?
Can I use this piece of paper?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just put the and sign.
Alright.
Perfect. Cursive.
Yep. Can I put a date?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? 3 something.
28.
3/28/20.
20. Perfect.
Boom.
Yay.
Very cool. So guys, we're going to keep working on this. Make sure to stay tuned the rest of the video. We're going to show you the end product. Abby's going to do some fantastic painting on it. And then we'll show you where we're going to put that up. Hopefully when the wind isn't howling and the rain ain't blowing. But should be a lot of fun. And as we start to get some birds in it, we'll make sure to get some video or some pictures of that posted to our Instagram or Facebook page. So keep your eye out. Hey, we're back. It's been a few days. We had a mild snow patch, you know, lots of wildness. Still dealing with COVID-19 though. Still hiding out inside of our house, but beautiful day out today. It's time to get the bird feeder up. We're gonna try it here. So the swing set's basically set up about the area where you could look out the back window near the sink and see. So I figure we'll set the bird feeder up here. I would put it where the opening side is out. Yep. Perfect.
Pour all of it in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can pour the rest down around the bottom if you want. Good? Mm-hmm. Alright guys, we're going to go get a close-up view of this bird feeder here. And you see how it works. Got bird feed already spilling out on the bottom there for them to eat on both sides automatically. Now, we'll watch. If we see them, we'll get some video, take some pictures, and post it up for people, probably on our Facebook page. So we'll put this on YouTube and Facebook, but the pictures may just show up on Facebook of birds eating out of our bird feeder, but it should be exciting. You excited, Abby?
Yeah.
All right. Till next time, stay COVID safe.